Hello there guys, welcome back to the Chelsea Man Football. I hope you are doing alright around the world. Let's sit down here first and we need to discuss, more discussion guys. Yesterday I gave my thought about Porter and about the team, how Chelsea's function, right? So I gave my thought. If you didn't watch the video, catch the video after this one is done. Now, there's a message Reece James posted on Twitter. I'm going to come to that and we need to discuss about Liverpool, how they went from 0 to 0. It is crazy I'm saying that like Chelsea's doing well. No, I have seen a lot of fans, they're saying Chelsea is much better right now than Liverpool. No, I think Chelsea, they're just like Liverpool in a different ways. So this is what I think. But let's get into this. But I want to give you something, guys, before I start talking about all this. Everton new manager, the way, the structure, the way it's changing Everton Football Club, it is crazy. They lost 8 games. I talked about yesterday, 8 games, and they put a new manager in, and what he did, he won against Arsenal. Everton, they haven't won a game in a long time. But they put a new manager, he won, I repeat again, against Arsenal, who are about to win the Premier League. That is mind-blowing. That is mind-blowing. That's where you see a tactic manager, a good manager. Let's check it out, what he changed. This is going to be very interesting. You train how you play. How you can train how you play. If you have 14 nodes on 15 hats, login, no shine pads, white socks, it is not relevant. You know what's that mean? It bans wearing hats in a training, wearing gloves, like you are just going in some kind of show or something like that. So it's banning all that. He is preparing his team to feel like they're in the match already. In the training, like they're in the game already. No hats, feel uncomfortable, right? So when the footballer goes into the pitch to go play football, when it's cold, right? You don't see them with the hats or the thick socks, like they want to protect themselves, they're cold. No, you don't see them that. I remember one game I was watching Barcelona, this is Real Madrid, and it was very cold and I saw Messi shaking, like very shaking. But once he started running, he stopped shaking. So that's why Everton manager is training his players to be. In the training, they have to feel like they're in the match. You see, that's mental tactic. That helps a lot. Now, if you see this Chelsea team, they are covering themselves with gloves when it's cold and they're like, that is not how you do. That is not how you do. Now, the problem there is not just Chelsea players, it's the manager. That's the problem right there. So what do you think about that? I just thought I can share that because Everton manager, he has changed things like insane. They're insane. The tactic, the way they did the game. Arsenal was like, Arsenal took the position. Arsenal took everything they can. They took shots, but they didn't score. Why? Because the new manager had blend as tactic. He was reading the game A up to Z. He knew where to attack Arsenal. He knew where to defend. That's what you have to do. You see, he was not at the club for 15 years or 3 months. One day, his first game, he won. It's not the process. It's not the process. So I hope this new owner sees what's going on right now. There is more information. As I said, Reece James posted something on Twitter. Let's discuss about this because I have my own opinion and I've seen a lot of people, they have their own opinion to say about what is this post. Maybe it may just be Reece James, he does that all the time, or it may just be he's talking about some of these players. So let's go straight into it. If you got to pursue them, to help them, carry the blocks, they haven't the ones to build with. Reece James' story on Instagram. Maybe he's talking about some of the players in the Chelsea team. They are not ready. They are not pushing themselves. And I can see that. I really can see what he's talking about here. And I fully support that. One of them is Hakim Ziyech, who was supposed to go to PSG. I have heard a lot of people, they're saying Aubameyang, which I disagree with that. Aubameyang, I think, is a big personality. I think it would help if he was in a Champions League squad. That personality, that presence of a big number 9 player will be very important for Chelsea in the knockout stages, because in the Champions League, Aubameyang, he was scoring, he was doing well. Remember those 3 Champions League we played, he was very good in those ones. So for that one, I disagree. The other lads, yes, they don't have plan, they don't have brain. Gallagher is one of them, and Gallagher is about to get a contract. I'm gonna come to that. It is shocking and crazy at the same time. So Reece James' message, it can mean a lot of things. It can mean just himself saying stuff, or it can mean he's talking about some of these players. As I said, I agree with that message. If he meant that, then Chelsea really needs to change how we are playing, like now. As I said, look at the Everton manager. One game he managed and Everton looks brilliant. They looks like they have they are back to old Everton, the way they were playing, with power, with passion. That's what a good manager does. Exactly. Now, ENZO Fernandez was talking about DECLAN Rice. He loved the style of his play, and one day is hoping to play alongside DECLAN Rice. And this is what every Chelsea fan's dream. Some people, they are like, no, why are we talking about Rice right now? Why are we even put our mind and our thought in this guy, blah, 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 blah. Rice is very good. Rice is very good, but, there is but. If we fail to qualify in the Champions League, it's going to be very hard for DECLAN Rice next summer to come to Chelsea, because Arsenal, they are on him. Chelsea and Arsenal, it's very intense over there. So let's see what's going on. David Moyes on DECLAN Rice. DECLAN Rice is going to be the top player. He will be a British record if he ever leaves West Ham. There is a lot of talks about it, and when you see what's going on about for the price, I think Rice will be blowing that out of the water. I don't believe that. I don't believe that, because last summer Chelsea wanted DECLAN Rice. West Ham pressed him on high. It was like 120, just like ENZO Fernandez. And Chelsea, they were not gonna go do that. But this season, West Ham are not a top team at the moment. They are struggling here and there. So I think Rice is going to push his move. And I think it's going to be very cheap for Rice. With Chelsea, it's going to be at about 75, somewhere like that. So I don't think it's going to be a British record. I don't think so. We have broken a British record already for ENZO Fernandez, 120. That is crazy. But we didn't pay it at all. We pay in installment, as you know. So for Moyes to say that, I don't think so. But it's going to be a battle, guys. As I said, Chelsea need to qualify in the Champions League to be in a better position to land DECLAN Rice from West Ham, because the guy wants Champions League football, and every player, they all want Champions League football. Even me, if I was a player, I would love to play in the Champions League. I will. Now, there's one player, another player, not just one. There's more players. But this guy is Mason Mount. Mason Mount, his future at Chelsea, it's getting very intense. Very intense. And I understand. Before I start talking about Mason Mount and what I feel about this guy, let's read this. Mason Mount, Chelsea future is in debate, with the two parties a long way apart on a new contract. Talks with Mount were heated after he rejected an offer, feeling it left him below what other senior players and new signing are aiming at Stamford Bridge. This is the problem. This is the problem. This is why we are seeing so many players, they are not performing 100% in this Chelsea team. This is the problem. You see, guys, I knew this from the beginning. I knew exactly what some of these players think. The performance we are seeing today, it can be like some of these players want more money. That's why they are not willing to play for Chelsea. Clearly, for what I see here, Mason Mount is refusing a contract at Chelsea Football Club and he wants more money. Now, guys, you want more money and you're not performing. What is that? You're not performing. Mount is going like down very bad. And I have to be honest here, the English media, they don't say anything about these guys, the English footballer in this Chelsea team. The English media, they are just talking about Kai Havertz, and I'm not saying Kai Havertz is doing right. He's not doing right, but I'm just giving an example. They're talking about all other things, but when it comes to English players, nope, you won't hear any words. Phew. Mount, I haven't heard English media saying about how bad Mason Mount is at Chelsea right now. Nope, nobody, but you hear other ones, you hear that. So Mount, for me, if he wants to leave. A player cannot perform like that badly week after week and you want more money. No, it doesn't work like that. And Liverpool, they're monitoring his situation at the moment. Maybe he wants to go to Liverpool, that's why he's not performing right. The guy was on top of his career and then just dropped from the ground. It's like a stone falling from heaven. Boom, poof, like that. That's it. That's what happened to Mason Mount. If you want more money, perform good. The money will come to you, man. And you are getting more money than other Chelsea team. Like, what more do you want? Just go play your football, perform very well, and maybe the money will come after. That's what it is. Work, and the money will come. If you don't work, the money won't come. That's what it is. So now, the other guy I was about to talk about is this guy. Chelsea want to renew Gallagher with a new deal and pay raise after refusing to let him leave in January. My God, my God. Gallagher is one of the players Chelsea needs to be very careful with. The guy is the same thing with Mount. They don't show nothing. Kai Havertz too. Nothing. These three players need to be benched. And the new deal, bloody hell, I don't understand, man. I just don't understand. Crystal Palace or Everton came with 45 million on the table, on the deadline, give us Gallagher. And we said no. The guy doesn't know football at all. The guy cannot play very well. The guy is just lost. He lost it. Keep losing the ball in the midfield. ENZO Fernandez was in too much pressure. He was alone. If you see the videos where Chelsea were the tactic, how they were moving the ball against Fulham, you see ENZO Fernandez left alone. You see Gallagher, they have gone high, Mason Mount high. You see Modric over here is alone, and there is like no player defending him. The Fulham player, they're all gone because they are looking where Mount and Gallagher have the ball. Fernandez alone in the midfield. Modric alone over there. Mount, when he got the ball, he goes where Modric position is, running on the wing side. Like, what are you doing? Give the ball to the guy who is in the wing side. He'll do something. That's not your position. Your position is to protect ENZO Fernandez. This is why ENZO, he was saying he should love to play with Declan Rice, because if Declan Rice comes into this Chelsea team, ENZO Fernandez will have so much freedom to go forward, because Declan Rice plays as a defensive midfield. So ENZO Fernandez, he will not have a hard time like he did against Fulham. He will have so much freedom to supply, to give to the attackers the ball, like we saw he did in the Fulham game. We saw the signs start passing like that. That's beautiful. That's Fabregas, man. Fabregas passes. Beautiful. So we need to change, but at the same time, tactic from the manager. Tactic. This is what I come now to Liverpool. Tactic. And I've heard people, they are saying, Chelsea, they are not bad. I'm like, are you sure? Are you really sure about that? I don't think so. We are bad, just like Liverpool, in lots of ways. Although we can make an excuse, or we were sanctioned, or the club, the money were frozen, we didn't use the money, or we can make that excuse, but come on. I gave my example on Everton manager, how he came in and he changed all things and everything started working for Everton. One game, one game, not 100 games, not 60 games, one game. We even took when he came in, he changed the game in the first game. When Chelsea, they were losing. That's where you see a good manager, right there. So this is why I said Potter, it's not my thing. It's not my thing. But we know Chelsea, they're not going to sack Potter. This season, it's going to end with him. Next season, he's going to go to pre-season, and Chelsea, that's where they're going to start judging him. That's what Chelsea said. But Liverpool, they're in a mess. They are in a mess. As I said, we can make an excuse for Chelsea because we were sanctioned, a lot of things happened. But Liverpool, they were not sanctioned. Liverpool, they were a top team. A top team. They came from a top to go to zero. I cannot believe right now, as I'm saying, guys, Chelsea are number 9 because we drew a game yesterday. Liverpool lost 3-0. 3-0 to Wolves. They are number 10. So they saved that just 1 point. But, guys, I think Klopp is about to get sacked. Klopp is about to get sacked. That is a bad result for Liverpool. Very bad. Unbelievable. And he apologized after the game. Say sorry to the fans for this form, blah, blah, blah. He keeps making an excuse. That's what Klopp does in a press conference. Or we need to change this now. There's no excuse, blah, blah, blah. It is just bad. I'm not laughing at Liverpool right now. I'm just saying how Liverpool and Chelsea need to change. Need to change. If Klopp needs to go to get a new manager for Liverpool, then they have to do that. Same thing with Chelsea. If Chelsea, Potter is not changing anything next season, because this season is done, we're not going to sack Potter, then he needs to go. If nothing changes. If everything changes, fine. There is but. If things doesn't change, the door is open for you, mate. Go away. Go away. Guys, let me know in the comments what do you think about REECE James' message on Instagram and on Twitter, saying about these players. For my understanding, is saying these players, we cannot build a team with some of these lazy players. It is true, we cannot build a team with some of these players. These 3 players, they're so bad. Gallagher, Mount, Havertz. Just the worst Chelsea team ever. Worst. So, we are not ready to build on them. Let me know about Liverpool struggling. It is crazy. And Chelsea struggling about ENZO Fernandez. Really like Declan Rice. And one day he dreamed playing alongside Rice. And we know Chelsea, they are on business on getting Declan Rice. But it would be very easy if Chelsea qualify in the Champions League. But if Arsenal qualify in the Champions League, it's going to be Arsenal taking Rice because the guy wants Champions League football. So guys, I will see you very soon for another topic tomorrow. Let's continue discussing more about the news. I love this, I love this. So let me know in the comment. I'll see you soon. Have a lovely day and remember to stay safe wherever you are and subscribe to the Chelsea Man Football. I'll see you soon, and I got my new shirt. It looks red, but there's Chelsea right here. I'll see you soon. Have a lovely day. God bless.